Have you ever wondered what would have happened if Yuta Okkotsu had been in Shibuya that night? The night that didn't just destroy a city. The night that taught the jujutsu world a brutal truth. Heroes break. The night Gojo fell. The night Sukuna awakened. The night Shibuya stopped being a place and became a survival test. Now imagine this. A second special grade sorcerer. With Rika, with copy techniques, with a cursed energy reserve that shouldn't even exist. Trapped inside the curtain. The question isn't whether he would help. The real question is, would he change fate or just die sooner? Because when Shibuya begins, the first thing that changes isn't a fight, it's the timing. In the original timeline, Yuta is outside Japan, training, isolated, kept as a last resort. But in this scenario, Gojo senses the disaster before the clock even turns. Not foresight, instinct. He feels the barriers rising, feels the weight of cursed energy in the air, like the world itself is holding its breath. And he understands one simple thing. This isn't just another mission. So he makes a short call, come back to Japan. Yuta asks how much time he has. Gojo answers with that annoyingly calm confidence. Just stay close. If I don't make it out, you go in. Yuta agrees. Not out of ego, not for glory, but because he's already learned the worst lesson possible. When you arrive late, all you find are corpses and regret. October 31st, Shibuya packed, screams everywhere. The curtain drops. Kenjaku's plan is simple and cruel. Isolate Gojo. Crush everyone else in the chaos. Gojo enters the subway. Underground becomes a perfectly organized hell. Special grade curses, transfigured humans, all arranged for one single purpose. Force a moment of hesitation, just one. Because Kenjaku doesn't need to defeat Gojo. He just needs to stop him. And if that works, everyone else becomes a statistic. But outside the curtain, the night gains an error that was never on the board. Yuta Okkotsu isn't on the other side of the world. He's right there. When the reports come in, when it becomes clear this isn't a rescue, it's a war, Yuta appears at the edge of the chaos with an unsettling calm. Someone tries to stop him. You can't enter without authorization. Yuta doesn't let them finish. If Gojo falls, you don't have anyone left to hold this back, and he steps through the curtain. It seals behind him, and if this goes wrong, there is no second attempt. Inside, the air is heavy. Cursed energy is so dense, it feels like it's crushing your lungs. Even so, Yuta walks like someone who's already accepted one truth. Tonight isn't about winning. It's about who's still alive afterward. Then he feels it. Yuji's desperation. Yuji collides with the subway curse. In the original timeline, this costs him time, breath, strength, but not now. Before Yuji can strike again, a shadow moves past him. A hand lands on his shoulder. Keep going. I've got this. Yuji turns around and sees Yuta. For just a moment, he thinks, okay, maybe we're not done yet. The curse tries to speak, explain rules. Rika rises behind Yuta like a living nightmare. There's no fight. There's a verdict. One slash. A surge of cursed energy. Silence. Yuji runs because he knows what comes next. And so does Yuta. Underground, the inevitable happens. Kenjaku forces the moment. Hito's face isn't strategy. It's cruelty. Gojo hesitates for a fraction of a second. The prison realm activates, and the most overwhelming cursed energy in the world vanishes. In that instant, Shibuya loses the ceiling, holding everything together, and the world starts collapsing. The news spreads like poison. Gojo has been sealed. Sorcerers hesitate. Civilians become numbers. Curses move like they've already won. Yuta stops in the middle of the chaos and takes a breath. Okay, so this is it. No speeches. He takes command, meets Nanami, finds Megumi, pulls people back from the edge of death, and sets one rule. Don't fight alone. If you split up, you don't come back. It works. For a while, but Shibuya never lets anything work for long. Jogo enters the scene. Jogo isn't here to fight. He's here to execute. The city burns, not from hatred, from efficiency. Then Yuta feels something wrong. Before he even sees it, the fingers, that ancient, twisted presence, like the world remembering an old mistake. Sukuna. Yuta understands instantly. If Sukuna awakens here, it's over. Not we lose the fight. The city ends. The story ends. Yuta moves toward Jogo, but then he realizes too late. Jogo isn't trying to win. He's trying to force irreversible trauma. Jogo switches targets. He tries to force feed the fingers to Yuji. In the chaos, the pain, the desperation. For a moment, it feels inevitable. But now, Rika's there. She intercepts it like a living wall. The explosion swallows the station. Yuta looks at Yuji. Trust me, don't chase revenge. Run, survive. Yuji nods. But Shibuya doesn't honor promises. The awakening happens. When Sukuna opens his eyes, the entire city freezes. His presence isn't just powerful, it's wrong. Jogo kneels. Sukuna smiles. Then he senses something else approaching. Another monstrous reserve of cursed energy. Not Gojo. Yuta. So you're the kid Gojo kept bragging about. Yuta steps forward. You're in Itadori's body. Silence. If I kill you, he dies. Another step. So I'll just beat you until he wakes up. Sukuna grins. How beautiful. And attacks, dismantle. An invisible slash. Rika intercepts. Flesh tears. Yuta heals. Cleave. The strike adapts. Blood. He heals again. Sukuna laughs. You can take it. Yuta doesn't answer because he knows he's not winning. He's stalling, buying time, and time is running out. Sukuna tilts his head and for the first time stops playing. The next slash comes in an arc. Precise, not to kill, to take something away. Crack. The katana shatters. Yuta is thrown into the wall. The air leaves his lungs. Silence. Sukuna looks at the broken blade. Now we're talking. Then it gets worse. An invisible slash cuts through Rika. She screams, not in rage, in pain. Her form falters. The bond weakens. Yuta feels something ripped from his chest. Rika, she doesn't vanish, but she can't hold that crushing presence anymore. His throat burns. Cursed speech fails. For the first time, Yuta has no sword, no command, no advantage. Sukuna smiles. Now it's over. And in that moment, Yuta understands something terrifying. He isn't fighting Sukuna. He's fighting the idea that humans always break first. And he refuses. Don't move. The cursed speech tears out of him. For a fraction of a second, Sukuna freezes. It's enough. Positive energy pierces through. Sukuna spits blood, smiling. So you know how to play. And breaks free. The fight becomes pure friction. Sukuna dominates. Yuta endures. Rika holds on as best she can. Yuta heals however he can. Until Sukuna loses patience. Want to see real power? And Yuta realizes something too late. Sukuna was never fighting seriously. Domain expansion, malevolent shrine. Yuta understands immediately. If Sukuna's domain finishes before Yuji wakes up, this timeline ends here. So Yuta activates his own domain, and he makes it small, closed, like someone protecting something, not someone trying to win. The domains collide. The sky splits. Blood runs from Yuta's eyes, but he buys seconds, and those seconds are everything. Because Yuji sees someone destroying themselves for him. And for the first time in Shibuya, Yuji fights before the trauma breaks him. The soul pushes back. The markings retreat. Sukuna falters. For one impossible moment, tough kid, he disappears. Yuji collapses to his knees. The city is destroyed, but not erased. Yuta staggers, but doesn't fall. You stayed. Yuji understands. In the original timeline, he would have woken up after the nightmare. Here, someone held the nightmare back with bleeding hands. Shibuya doesn't end in victory. It ends in survival. Gojo is still sealed. Kenjaku is still playing. Mahito is still breathing. But the Jujutsu world lost a god and gained something else. Now the question is, could a 15-finger Sukuna break Yuta? Or was this the first time someone survived Shibuya? Let me know what you think.